Hey, folks, this is Brian Blessing. Hope you're enjoying the Hockey Betting Podcast. We have a couple chuckles, try to get you a lot of winners. If you like what you're hearing, hit the subscribe button, give us a review, give us a rating. Most importantly, enjoy the hockey and keep coming back to the Hockey Betting Podcast.
You're listening to the Hockey Betting Podcast. This is the Hockey Betting Preview for Monday, February 8th, 2021. And now, live from Las Vegas, the host of the Hockey Betting Podcast, Brian Blessing.
All right, this is going to be good. Don't go anywhere. I mean, we're arguing before we even start, right? This is the Hockey Betting Podcast.ca. Brian Blessing in Vegas. I'm fine.
Yeah, maybe you should check the clock.
Well, hey,
when we say the time, it doesn't mean 20 minutes after, Brian. It doesn't mean go light up a carton of smokes or go grab a vodka. It means let's go.
Hey, Jingle Nuts, I'm working around your schedule.
Nuts.
Okay. All right.
I love Jingle Nuts.
First at 6 o'clock, then at 7 o'clock.
I know.
And then at 6:40, my phone's blowing up. Like, what am I, a redheaded human yo-yo?
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I have no idea. I finish my stuff, and then I don't know if I should, you know what I mean? Get it, do it now, later. Who cares?
I don't care.
I love you. We're doing pretty good. We're hitting things.
Families argue.
Yeah, of course we do. And Super Bowl was great. I had Tampa in the under, so
how much did you drink?
I'm actually. Yeah. They say 7 Jager bombs, 8 rum and coke, 17 beers. I woke up on my buddy's couch about 4 a.m. He's like, "Oh, you got to get home." I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, that's good." And then me and Morency wrote today. Yeah, no, Brian, I was partying I was partying like I was a teenager. And you seen me in Vegas, like at the blackjack table, just throwing like it was.
Well, you have a hollow leg.
I was in fine form last night. I don't feel great right now, but
can't do it anymore. Can't do it anymore.
It's hard. Now.
but you got to bounce in your step now. All right.
No, so Brian, when I used to work at the golf club, I'd party like when I was a teenager. My parents go away. I'd have house parties, and then I'd walk to work at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm lifting 4 golf bags at a time up like a hill, and that was easy. If I did that job now, I'd be like defibrillator. So when I was younger, I was even more. I partied my butts off.
But when I was young, man, it was all the precursor to this nonsense. Yeah. You got to have more angles than a geometry teacher. The one summer I'm working on a city grass cutting crew.
Oh, nice.
So I'd ride my bike there and get there 7 a.m. and I got these guys coached up pretty good. I was the youngest one too. And I'm like, here's what we're doing. We're going to go absolutely like our hair's on fire. We're going to do all this stuff in 3 hours that takes 5. And then we're going to go, find a park somewhere and go lounge in the sun for like 3 hours. We got all our work done. But we actually found a real good cemetery to, go and, get a suntan. It was, it's what it is. That's why the freckles all run together.
Exactly.
I was on a city grass cutting crew.
My buddies used to call me blank arm, that starts with an SHI, because all my freckles would blend into a log, right? So I was like, you guys are pretty.
Oh, you can get a hell of a tan when all the freckles run together.
Exactly. After the burn and blisters, out comes the tan. Let's roll. Let's do this. I'm ready, Brian. I'm actually in a good mood today. I don't care. I'm seeing like stars and other stuff, but the Super Bowl was great. The hockey bets on Sunday were great, and let's just keep the train rolling, man. Let's keep it going.
All right. By the way, to keep the train going, we're glad you folks are with us, we invite you and encourage you. Go to the hockeybettingpodcast.ca, and if you're going to make some bets, we got a list of fine facilities, venues that are there with incredible sign-up bonus offers for you. And we'd encourage you to get a new account, play at some of these fine places, and look at the nice sign-up bonuses that are there for you. And it helps us do our little soiree here and, keep Cam from arguing with me.
We do it because we love each other, Brian. We've known each other for years. We're basically like stepbrothers or related. Yeah, no. I miss you, man. I can't wait to go down to Vegas and, drink another like 30 beers with you and, just get wild and bet on hockey and horses. I'm craving it right now. I'm going nuts in my house. I talked to my neighbor today. I'm like, every day's Groundhog Day. I wake up, I do the same damn thing. It just gets colder. But anyway, thank God for betting, or else I'd be losing my mind right now.
Oh my God. I just thought of something.
What?
I mean, all these people and what everybody's going through. I'm just thinking of Cam Stewart's neighbor during a pandemic. Oh, my God.
My neighbors hate me. They hear me doing shows at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, after this, and sometimes I'm on Morency's show. They're like, this idiot never goes to sleep. All I do, I told you, I sleep with my soundboard. I make love to my soundboard and headset right now. Like, I don't see anybody.
And Lisa's not like soft touch either.
No, God, John, I love her, but she's been away for a few days. Oh, thank God. She comes back tomorrow, and it's going to be. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
Let's just get this show.
Let's go, baby. All right. All right. Let's
struggling.
We're taping it Monday night.
Yes, we are.
All right. So Islanders get a win against the Rangers. I love this Cizikas kid, but I'm telling you,
he's a killer. He's from
when he got hurt in the bubble, that was the end of them. He's just a gutsy player. So they beat the Rangers 2-0. Islanders got to get rocking and rolling here. Columbus gets a win over Carolina. You got Liney in there now, starting to put it in. Edmonton beats Ottawa. Ottawa tried hard. They were fighting it. Now, did you see the Gabranson-Cassian fight?
No.
Oh, brother, let me tell you something. I don't think anybody really connected, but this Gabranson's a bad man.
I like him.
Cassian got the edge and not kind of like, got him off balance and got him down. And then Gabranson got off. He let 3 haymakers go. If he'd have hit him, there wouldn't be a tooth in Cassian's head left. And then Cassian got the jersey over his head, and Gabranson blindly, he almost killed the linesman. Edmonton's got Ottawa's got a little stone in the shoe. Oilers get the points. And then the Leafs beat Vancouver again. My God, what's with this Canucks team?
Here's the thing, though, Brian. That's the game I watched, and don't be fooled. It's just Vancouver actually outplayed Toronto in that game. Toronto scored
for 40 minutes.
2 goals in 11 seconds, and it's over again. This Vancouver team has the worst defense in the National Hockey League. They're fade material. Like, I don't understand how a team does that well. They go to play Vegas in the bubble, almost beat them, and now they're one of the worst teams in the league. They have problems. I'm going to tell you something. No, I'm just going to say Benning. And I hate to say, I think Travis Green's actually a good coach. I think both of these guys are gone. This Vancouver team, people are going nuts in Vancouver right now. They want everybody gone.
Well, you know what happened in the bubble? Demko pulled a Carson Wentz on him.
He did.
Look how great he is. All right, well, Markstrom, you get out of here, and we're going to run with this guy. And he's a decent goaltender, but sheesh.
Markstrom's better. I could tell you that.
All I know is thank God, Markstrom got rid of the ears. He became a really good goaltender when he got the ears off that face mask.
Yeah.
It was like watching Planet of the Apes.
The Hobbit mask? Yeah, that thing was stupid. I didn't like it.
No, that was bizarre. All right.
Where are we going? Philadelphia, Washington. We kick it off. It's an earlier start, too, Brian. You see the time? 6:08 Eastern. So all you people, just don't assume it's at 7. It's the early bird special. Let's rock.
We got them again tomorrow. Edmonton, Ottawa. Let's start there. We'll go in the game rotation.
No, we go in the time rotation. No, I'm going in the rotation. Game 5 and Game 6 on your board. Philadelphia, Washington.
Yeah, and Edmonton's Game 3 and Game 4. What is that metric math? Is that am I missing? So is that a Canadian thing? 5 and 6 become before 3 and 4?
I don't understand how a game that starts at 6:08 is behind a game that starts at 7:08. But continue, Brian. Continue.
Edmonton, Ottawa, $2, $1.90, total 6.5. I don't know, but he was.
I got something for you. I'm actually going to look at Ottawa in this game. They lost a heartbreaker. Edmonton scored what? Did they get an empty netter to win 3-1 in game number 1? Ottawa is tightening up. These games used to be over. I'm not so sure it does go over. Usually you said the first game goes over, Brian. This one didn't. It was an under all the way. I know there's a lot of weird stats that they talk about Monday night games and the under. I think a lot of these guys probably had some sauce and watched the Super Bowl too. Very sluggish in some of these games, but I think Ottawa at a big price at 60 cents needs to be looked at. I wouldn't be running to take Edmonton at $2. I think that's a really risky bet. I still think the Oilers are a bad hockey team. They got lucky to beat Ottawa. I would look at Ottawa or nothing in this game.
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I'm a knuckle-dragging Neanderthal. How big a letdown was the first Battle of Alberta over the weekend? That was
it was. I know.
Nothing.
Actually, I got to be honest with you. I liked it because Calgary came back and won, and I live bet.
No, I know.
Edmonton's a train wreck, right?
Yeah, but I want.
No, there wasn't the violence we expected.
Yeah, I wanted for mature audiences only.
Yeah, I know. It didn't work
Chris Cuthbert, this is going to be nasty.
Yeah, you thought it was Debbie Does Dallas. It turned out to be Bambi. Too bad.
All right.
I'm such an idiot.
Yeah,
Anyway, I think Ottawa plus 1.5 in parlays and stuff too, Brian. I'm telling you, take a look at how close the games in the NHL are. I'll just use the example. People are like, oh, and I know everyone wants that extra value. 1-goal game, Carolina. Edmonton scores an empty netter, Toronto. But like these games, it's tough. I know sometimes you get that empty netter, but there's been really very few blowouts and stuff like that. A lot of tight hockey games. So I'll tell you, man, I think Ottawa plus 1.5, and you can get another game that you like. And I do like the next game on the card. I think I'm going to put them in a parlay.
Well, go ahead. This is the game you were dying to talk about.
Washington.
I love Washington.
Washington. It is going to be my play on Tuesday. They should have beat Philadelphia over the weekend. They basically collapsed Philadelphia. Think about Philadelphia. They're winning, and they're doing it with smoke and mirrors. I can't believe Washington's a home dog in this game. They should be the wrong team's favorite. They should be $1.25 in this game. This is weird to me. I hope it's not a trap. I'm on Washington. Go Caps.
Oh, by the way, it was a bleeding ulcer for no reason because this Mayfield guy was a disaster. Remember our Anvil game going into the weekend? The Islanders won, and they missed the empty netter for the puck line plus 240. But can you believe? I'm wondering about these numbers, Cam. Knowing the Islanders so desperately needed that game, 5-game losing streak, 4 days off, and that game was minus a nickel. Wait, are you kidding me?
I know.
How were the Islanders not like minus $1.40, $1.50 at that spot?
I agree. I think there's some really weak line making, and this is good for us because this line is based on Philadelphia's record, and it's really not that good. They've been outplayed in almost every game that I've watched this year. I'm taking Washington in the bounce back.
I concur, my friend. All right, big balloons, 220, Florida, favored at home against Detroit. Total in the game is 5.5.
Brian, you'd be proud of me. I actually bet on Detroit on Sunday. How's that for a pick? They were huge underdogs, and I've always noticed the games before the Super Bowl, a lot of dogs come in. Here's the thing. Detroit won that game feeling good. Florida, the price is high, but it's parlayable. They should be able to bounce back and beat Detroit, I'm thinking, in this spot. Do you not agree?
Well, there's one way to play it, but if you're playing it, you got to go puck line, right?
Or parlay. I told you I prefer the 2-game parlay. That's what I do. I do round robin parlays now. That's my thing.
But by the way, and I know why. You know, part of it's the day after the Super Bowl. But here's Florida. They play a couple of road games, and Detroit, a couple of road games, Tampa, and they come home and they win that game. Now what do we got here? Florida, off that loss, they had won against Nashville prior to that. Yeah, I think they got a stone in their shoe here, big time.
Yeah, no, I think Florida's in a good spot. You said it. You can't lay that kind of juice. It just doesn't work in a hockey game. Detroit's actually played these guys very tight this year. If you look at the scores, they've won a game. They played them tight. Like, I'm telling you, it's like if Florida has problems with this Detroit team, but it's a good spot for them after getting embarrassed on Sunday. I think Florida, I'm going to parlay it with some stuff there, Brian. I like the Panthers to get it done.
All right, full disclosure, Tampa, Nashville, back-to-back nights. Currently, there's like 8 minutes to go, third period. Tampa Bay's got a 2-1 lead. Now, what I'm assuming will be the case, and by the way, this has got to stop, this crap with the coaches not saying who the goalie is.
Oh, I agree. They did it in Toronto tonight, and you know what? Everybody assumed that Hutchison was playing, and it turned out to be Anderson. It's a bunch of BS, and I'm telling you, even though the Leafs won, Vancouver deserved a better fate, but they're playing games with people. Hockey, this is the thing, man. Baseball lineups, they do it in the afternoon now. You guys got to get serious. Like, I watch games. The Devils games are sponsored by sports books and all these other things that we're talking about. You guys got to get better. Like, you know what I mean? You want people to be – the problem with hockey, some of these guys just don't understand. It's like, do you want people to bet on your sport? Do you want it to grow? Like, it's actually a good thing where people are talking about it more. Don't be idiots. Figure it out, guys. Like, you got to be better than that. Put out the goaltenders. I'm with you.
Here's how bad it is. You know, the goalie sites. There's a bunch of them, right?
They're not even right.
Well, no, but I mean, in past years they've been, say pretty reliable with, probable or firm or whatever. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they're sitting there showing tomorrow night in this game that it's going to be McElhinney going against Rennie, right? Well, no, hold on. Let me see something. Let me just double check.
McElhinney's playing tonight.
He is. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying is that we're in the middle of this goofball thing where who's going to be the goalie. So I would assume that we're looking at Saros
and
Vasilevsky. going against Vasilevsky, right? I mean, we're not dumb.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
No, we are. But.
Yeah, we're stupid. But this game, we'll see what happens. Tampa Bay probably. We don't have the final of this game. If Tampa Bay beats Nashville, maybe I'm looking at Nashville. I don't know. I don't love the game. You always tell me you hate Predators games. I really don't like this game. Tampa laying, 55, 60 cents on the road. I'm not really into that. I'm going to pass on this game right now.
Yeah, no, I believe me. There's other options out there. All right, let's go. Where are we going next?
Chicago, Dallas.
Under?
I like Dallas, and I'm not going to lay the juice. This is why we parlay things. Dallas is in the round-robin parlay with Washington. That's happening. Dallas is. I think they lost in overtime the last time they played Chicago. They deserved a better fate. Chicago's been good to me, though. Like, when I bet against them or for them, they've done well. But I think this is a spot for Dallas where they win. I just don't like the juice of the game, Brian. So for me, it's you'd either take Dallas in regulation. You could do it Brian's way, -1.5. But I like just the money line parlay. I think they'll be able to get it done. Actually, in regulation, too, I would look at very little. If you're looking at a team at $1.70, they'll probably be, maybe -0.5 puck, 15 cents or something. That's good enough for me. Give me the Dallas Stars and a bounce back.
All right, I like San Jose and the Kings. I'm going to go over, Cam, and I'll tell you why. Kings, played Vegas. They caught Fleury the first game. They got 2 goals late. It was 5-0. They got a couple of garbage goals. They hit Leonard up on the first 2 shots. They ended up losing on the weekend. But this LA team, man, I mean, there's nothing overly flashy about them. But Kopitar's playing at a pretty high level, and they're pretty sketchy in their own end. And it's the start of a new set here of starting with a new team. And I love the over and then consider the under. But I think the first game of the set here, 5.5, and we're only laying 20 cents on it. I like this game to go over 5.5.
I agree with you. San Jose's now an over team. Everyone thinks they're going to go under. It's actually funny. When the backups played, it was Miller and Doobie, and that game actually went under with Anaheim winning in a shootout when San Jose played them. But you're right. First game of the series against Los Angeles, who hasn't really played a lot. I like the over in this game, and I have a small lean to LA, but I do agree with your over 5.5.
All right, I mean, I remember I said it's over than under is a starting point. First 2 games of the year, Anaheim at Vegas, 5-2, Vegas wins. Game 2, 2-1, Vegas wins. So now we're talking Anaheim and Vegas. Here's the rub. Fleury's getting the start, and Fleury's playing really, really good. The thing that offsets it is it's the first game of a fresh opponent. And Vegas is flying around getting a lot of chances. But Fleury's in there, and Gibson, I mean, this kid stands on his head. It's 5.5. Is it 5.5? Let me double check.
It is.
They got 5.5. Fleury and Gibson. I mean, 2 goalies playing at a really high level.
Here's the thing.
That price is big, buddy. You know what? That price is big.
It's too big. It's too big. And I'm going to tell you something.
It is too big.
You know something, and I know something. Vegas almost lost to LA, but they're always finding ways. This could be the trapdoor special. I don't like Vegas in this game. I'm not laying 250 with them. Maybe Anaheim puck line. I think this game's going to be close, and I think if Vegas wins, it'll be an overtime or a shootout. I am not willing to even put them in parlays. This game, for me, it's Anaheim or nothing. It's probably going to be nothing. I hate betting against Vegas, but this could be the letdown game for the Vegas Golden Knights.
And you know what I would say to you, buddy? They're 7-1-1. There's some highlight reel stuff, and then there's some sketchy stuff. Pietrangelo is going to miss this game. I think he'll be back for Thursday's game, coming off the COVID protocol. But you know what I'm looking at? I'm just looking at who needs the damn thing. Vegas is 7-1-1. Mm-hmm. They're tied, 3-way tie atop with Colorado and St. Louis. These guys are home and cooled, right? I mean, but the battle is for 4th. And as of this minute, here's Anaheim, 5-5-3. Now Vegas has 4 games in hand on them. Anaheim's only 2 points behind. But Anaheim, as of this minute, is in 4th place. The problem is they played 13. Minnesota, Arizona only played 11. Anaheim needs this game if they got designs on hanging around.
Couldn't agree more. I think I'm going to be finding a way to put Anaheim on tickets plus 1.5 in parlays. I might take them a little sprinkle on the money line. I think this could be a good spot for them. I think, as I said, I think they linger all game. If Vegas wins, I think it's in overtime or a shootout. I think Anaheim shows up in this game. And you're right. I don't care how good a team is. Eventually, when you're doing well, it's human nature to take a day off. Vegas doesn't really have any ill will towards the Ducks. I know they hate San Jose more and other teams. It's like, you know what? I think Anaheim's in a good spot, Brian.
All right, my friend. Let's see. What do we got happening here? The fourth game in a row. Wow. Fourth game in a row.
Winnipeg and Calgary?
Three of them were in Calgary. And let's see here. Calgary won the first. Winnipeg won the last two. Going back to Calgary, if they're not asking a lot here,
Calgary.
What's the price on Calgary?
I like Calgary.
$1.40.
Yeah, I'm in.
But I kind of like Calgary. Right?
I do too. If Markstrom starts, I'm in on Calgary. I think Winnipeg's been good. I think Calgary understands they got to take care of business with this team. I think they're in a good spot. They came back over the weekend to beat Edmonton. They're a better team than people think. So they're a little bit loose defensively, but I think Markstrom in the net will make saves. I'm on Calgary. We agree on that game. And right now, bet it before it goes up. I think it's a it's a good price actually for Calgary. I know people are going to look on, they should be $1.25, $30. It's a reason it's just a tad higher than that, Brian, because the books know Calgary's in a good spot. Give me the Flames.
Watch that Battle of Alberta, for the reason I was watching it, but watched the game and they were flying up and down the ice. All this talk about Johnny Hockey getting out of there, man, he's flying.
Another thing too, it's not just him flying. And Sam Bennett played well in that game. And
he's on the. Supposedly, he's on the way out, right?
Yeah.
He's ticked. He wants out.
I don't understand, though. Why? There's worse teams and situations to be in, but Calgary's got a couple nice young players on their team. The one thing about them is that they can grind, and if they get any type of goaltending from Markstrom, I think they're good. I think Winnipeg, this is not the best spot for Winnipeg. I know they beat Calgary last couple times. Calgary will take, they're going to be more focused in this game. It's flame time, Brian. Light up a Marlboro with your Bic. Give me the Flames.
Hey, by the way, before we get to Wednesday.
Yes.
Cam, come on, man. This thing's spinning out of control. They two more Sabres games now, postponed.
I know.
Minnesota's a train wreck. I'm telling you the thing this is a hockey betting thing, and let's make some money. Be glad I'm telling you right now, enjoy every game you're watching right now, because I never said it with the pandemic the first year in the bubble, and however they did it, and you got them in, and then they went for it. Anybody that missed, tough. You had enough games, you didn't get in. But if they go to this percentage points crap, this season has asterisk city all over for me. I mean, there's no level playing. It's unfair. Some divisions are stronger than others, and then you're going to get some teams, if they have to go, can't make these games up, and you're sitting there on the back end of this thing. Minnesota, at the back end, in their last 7 games, they got 4 with St. Louis, 2 with Vegas. I mean, if these key teams come up a couple of games short, and you're sitting there going, yeah, but the games we missed were against winnable teams, and we had to play all the. It's not fair.
No, the whole thing is not fair. They didn't think it through. I think it's stupid. But you know what? Let's get through this, and that's the thing. That's why they got the rapid testing going now. There's no more time, Brian.
The rapid testing has to happen.
Yes. But the thing is, there can't be. This is it. Basically, we're down. It's the 9th inning, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. If the NHL has one more issue with the team and there's a chain reaction, it's done. They're going to go to the percentage thing. I'm telling you, they got to play it clean for the rest of the time. They do have a short window after to make stuff up. Yeah, good luck. Exactly, but. I don't know, man. I agree with you.
It's not pretty.
Thing's a joke. It's a joke.
It's beyond a joke. And I get you do everything you can, but honestly, let's see. Let's try to stop the pandemic. We'll take the glass out behind the coaches. The guys are sitting next to each other, breathing in each other's face when they're huffing and puffing.
I know, it's so dumb. You think that's going to help? I know.
And you can't extend the benches because the games would take 11 hours to play, because with the long change in the second period, there'd be 47 offsides.
Exactly. You get it, man, and it's a real issue. But yeah, we'll stay positive. We don't want to go down this road yet, but they're skating on thin ice, literally and figuratively. Next day, Brian, I got 2 for you, and I'm actually going to surprise you.
I know you're
I'm
taking
actually going to surprise you. I'm taking the Rangers against Boston.
I like the Rangers.
So I like the Rangers. Yeah, no, they lost to the Islanders 2-0 tonight. Yeah. Bounce back game. Boston always comes back in every game. They're like, oh man, we could just do this again. Well, it's not going to work this time. Give me the Rangers at +120. And I'm going to tell you something. Toronto's been on a heater and a Tootsie Roll, but Montreal at home not playing their best hockey against Ottawa. Hate to say it. I think Montreal beats Toronto too, and I'm a Toronto fan.
Well, I mean,
am I crazy?
No, I knew you were going to take the Rangers. I knew that. I'm with you. I'm with you. I think, there's a spot where, again, Cammy, you got to look at, and we know who the better team is. Okay, none of that matters. It's about situational plays.
Correct.
But the Rangers are 4-5-2. They are in the basement, and they're tied with Buffalo, who hasn't played a game in a week, and it's going to be another week until they can play. But they're sitting there tied with Buffalo and the Devils. But here's the deal. As bad as it is, had they won the game against the Islanders tonight, they'd be in fourth place. I mean, they need this game. Like, this is like a playoff game for the Rangers. You can't go on 2, 3, 4 game losing streaks.
I agree. And
they're the motivated team.
Yeah, no, the Rangers are going to, they're bringing their A game. Boston's already feeling good about themselves. I think this is a great situational play for the Rangers, getting 20 cents. I'm in.
And here's the situational play. Canadians have a game in hand on the Leafs. They're 3 points behind. You win the head-to-head matchup, then this is basically, even though Toronto is 3 points ahead of the Canadians, this is a game for first place. Montreal's going to be jacked for it. You're right, Toronto's on a heater, but they've been killing Vancouver. You're walking into the deep end of the pool here. Yeah, I'm with you, like Montreal.
I can't believe this, Brian. I needed the Blues as the last game in a parlay. Arizona just scored with 1 second left in this game.
Oh, my God.
On the power play. Like, I got to tell you something about these refs, too. The way they've been calling these games and these tic-tac calls and crap and trying to let teams in, it's almost crazy. It's like there's an agenda to let certain franchises. Like, I watch Arizona games. Arizona gets more calls than any team in the league. Why? Because their franchise doesn't mean crap? Like, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody who's an Arizona Coyote fan here, but it's straight up facts. Every game, they never get penalties compared to the other team. It's ridiculous, man. It's like they're trying to help these guys.
Like Tom Brady on ice.
Exactly. You said it, Brian. Like, that's the thing. It's like, and this guy's the MVP. Really? No, the Tampa Bay defense or Todd Bowles are like, you threw for 3 touchdowns. You buried through for 200 yards, and Kansas City didn't score a touchdown in the game. A defensive player is the MVP. And media, if you guys ever have a chance to vote, don't be lazy dicks who always make mistakes. Oh, I'm just going to do the easy thing and give it to Brady. I've been looking at the stats of this guy MVP in Super Bowls. He shouldn't be the MVP in a few of them. It's ridiculous. Well, like, do your job better.
Well, clearly.
Do you agree?
No, well, I would say you could have made a case for, Devin White was great.
Yes.
Jack Barrett was great. But, the defense, you could have done a co-MVP on the other side.
I agree.
Gronkowski had 2 touchdowns. Fournette had a big game. And Brady only threw for a couple hundred yards. But
I agree.
He protected the ball, Cam. I don't have a major issue with it.
I do. I think it's ridiculous, and people are lazy, and they just want to give it to the quarterback all the time. Think outside the box. That's
I know, but and I know, that's the rub when you get the voting thing. How many times I'm still not over it, that the year the Kings won the Cup, I had Drew Doughty 40-1 to win the Conn Smythe. They don't get out of the first round, the second round, or the third round without Drew Doughty. He's playing 30 minutes a night. The media shows up for the finals. Justin Williams gets 2 overtime goals in the final, and they give the Conn Smythe to Justin Williams. I ain't knocking Justin Williams. He's clutch. But the Kings don't get a sniff of anything without Drew Doughty. He was the best player in the playoffs.
Couldn't agree more.
It's a voting thing.
Couldn't agree more. So what are we doing on Wednesday? Rangers plus 120, Montreal pick 'em.
All right, do me the favor. The hockeybettingpodcast.ca.
Yes.
Click on the books. They got the great sign-up offers. They're really exceptional sign-up offers. And
it's good for us. You want to keep the show going? You help out me and Big Ginger over here.
Please. Big Ginger. Wait a minute.
That's me.
Oh, you're Big Ginger.
You're Creamsicle. Yeah, that's right. I'm Big Ginger. We're both the Raging Redheads, plural.
See, I've been asking you to use that name it was your name, so it was like stealing it. But when we got together,
you can use it. I think that's fantastic. Because you got a lot of anger in you too, Brian. I see when you go wild. Me and you are both we're happy guys, but we could be powder kegs sometimes.
I don't want to hear the powder keg off. Let's end this. I want the Blues to win. I don't want
Thanks, pal. No, it'd be a really nice thing. I like when you got my back, and it'd be good for the show because we had another parlay, but we will see. Anyway, Brian, love you, buddy, and
you're
we'll
the
be
best,
back,
my friend.
And we'll be doing the weekend card in the next episode. We
love you.
Hold on.
What?
He gone. We're done? Okay.
You never end it. It's the gift. Our producer Mike said, please stop.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back with you on Thursday. Hey, folks, this is Brian Blessing. Hope you're enjoying the Hockey Betting Podcast. We have a couple chuckles, try to get you a lot of winners. Hey, we hope you like what you're hearing. And if you do, hit the subscribe button and give us a review, give us a rating. Most importantly, enjoy the hockey and keep coming back to the Hockey Betting Podcast.
The handicapping and sports odds information contained on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Please confirm the wagering regulations in your jurisdiction as they vary from state to state, province to province, and country to country. Using this information to contravene any law or statute is prohibited. The podcast is not associated with, nor is it endorsed by any professional or collegiate league, association, or team. This podcast does not target and is not intended for an audience under the age of 18. If you think that you have a gambling addiction, stop this podcast now and please seek help.
Gambling and betting on sports is a form of entertainment and should be about having a good time. But when done excessively, it may negatively affect other areas of a person's life, such as their physical and mental health, school or work performance, finances, and or interpersonal relationships. At the Hockey Betting Podcast, we're concerned about the addiction that gambling may cause, and for this reason, we encourage everyone to practice responsible gambling, an approach to gambling that helps you ensure that it remains an enjoyable activity. Here are the main principles of responsible gambling. Don't think of gambling as a way to make money. Always gamble with money that you can afford to lose. Set limits and stick to them. Never chase losses. Don't gamble when you're depressed or upset, and create a healthy balance. Always be aware of how much time you spend gambling or thinking about gambling. And do not allow gambling to cause you to miss out on time with family and friends or time spent on other activities you enjoy. By following these guidelines, gambling can be a good time and great entertainment. If you feel at any time that your gambling is taking away from important areas of your life, is causing you stress or depression, or is leading to financial losses that are beyond your control, please reach out for help. Learn more at responsiblegambling.org.